Hello and welcome you once again in this new session of English literature. And today's topic is a story written by Ruskin Bond, My Father's Letter. I was still remember the 2 years that I spent with my father, and those two years were probably the happiest days of my childhood. Although for him, they must be have a period of trial and tribulations. Frequent bouts of malaria had left him physically weak. My father was physically weak due to the malaria, and at the age of 8, I was self willed and demanding. He did his best for me. He gave me his time, his companionship, and his complete attention. My father was truly the best. He was just 8 years old. He was 8 years old. He went to his father. He spent there 2 years with his father, though his father was very weak due to the malaria, but he gave him the full attentions, and it was the happiest moment for this child. It was the year 1943. During the World War II, Delhi was full of men in uniform. That means the army. Full men in uniform means the army personnel. It was a splendid year during which we had to change our residence at least 4 times, from tent on a flat, treeless plain outside Delhi to a hutment near Humayun Tomb, to a couple of rooms on a Atul Grove Road, to a small flat at Haley's Road, and finally to an apartment in a Scindia house facing the Connaught Circus. We did not stay very long in a tent and hutment, but long enough for me to remember the scorching wind of the June and the beastie's hourly visit to spray the khas matting with water. This tortured a hot breeze into a refreshing, fragrant one for about half an hour, and then the dust with the prickly heat took over again. It was the month of June. My father went to the office in a air headquarters. His father was working in an air headquarters which was situated in India Gate. 6 days a week when he was in office, I was alone at home during that day. My father would return at home at 6, tired but happy to find me in a good spirits. For although I had no friends during that period, I found plenty to keep me occupied. My father's book stamp, he was busy whole day. I was busy with the book stamp, the old gramophone, hundreds of postcards which he collected during these years in England, scrapbook, albums, photographs. Whole day I used to see them. I still remember I still remember how I could have my lunch with the family living in a neighboring tent. But at night, my father and I would eat together. I That means in the afternoon, he used to take the lunch alone, and in the evening, he and his father used to take dinner. I don't really remember who did the cooking, but father made a breakfast himself and then laying the table with the cornflakes or a grape nuts and eggs poached or fried. The gramophone kept the company in my father's absence. So in the absence of his father, he used to listen the gramophone. After a few months, the tent house and after a few months in the tent house and then in a brick hutment which was even hotter, my father was permitted to rent rooms of his own at Atul Grove Road, a tree-lined lane not far from Connaught Place, which was then the hub and the business center of New Delhi. Now, one evening, an American officer dropped in the and one evening an American officer dropped in to have a dinner with us. After dinner, they sat down to go through some of my father's stamp albums. The American collectors bought some several stamps, and we went to a bed richer by a couple of thousand rupees. This taught me it was possible to make money out of one hobbies. I followed in my father's footsteps when writing became my passion. Some some Sunday my father and I explored old tombs and monuments, but going to the pictures was what we did most. Connaught Place was full of cinemas, the Regal, the Rivoli, Odeon, Plaza, all were new and shining, and they were exhibited by the latest Hollywood movies. When my father broached the subject of sending me to the boarding school, I used very argument I could think to dissuade him. I was against his advice. I was not willing to go to the hostel. Why do you want to send me to the school again? I asked him. I can learn more at home. I can read books. I can write letters. I can even do the sums. Why are you sending to me to the boarding school? No bad for the boy of 9, said my father. But I can't teach you algebra, physics, and chemistry. I don't want to be a chemist. Well, what would you like to be when you grow up? A tap dancer? We have been seeing too many pictures, everyone. I tried another argument. You will have to live on your own again. You will feel lonely, Papa. So let me stay with you. That can't be helped, son, but I will come to see you as often as I can. But you see, they are posting me at Karachi for some time and then I will be moved again. They won't allow me to keep you with me at some of these places. So, you would you like to stay with your mother? I shook my head. With Calcutta Granny? I don't know her. When the war is over, I will take you with me to England, but for the next year or two, we must stay here. And and I have found a nice school for you. It is a prep school for the boys in Shimla, and I may be able to get posted there during this summer. I want to see at first, I said. I said that I will see the school, then only I will say I will take the admission over there or not. We will go to Shimla together, not now in April or May, before it goes too hot. It doesn't matter if you join the school a bit later. I know you will soon catch up with others. Now, there was a brief trip to Dehradun. I remember we stayed in a little hotel or boarding house just off the Eastern Canal Road. Dehradun was lush green place. It was surprising to see hedges, a place of boundary walls around houses. The war coming to an end, peace was in the air, but there was also talk of the British leaving India as soon as the war will over. In his letter, my father wrote about the preparation he making towards the end. Obviously, he saw no future for us in free India. There would be a new school for me in England. A letter is now written by his father when he was in hostel. His father said, the war is coming to be an end any time and It is said that the Britishers will leave India, so we are not going to stay in India. I will take you to the England. There would be a new school in England. He wrote, and meanwhile he was selling off his stamps so that we had some money at the start life afresh when he left RAF. My father's last letter to me was the only that I was able to retain apart from some of his postcards. It was a good example of sort of letters he wrote to me, and you can see why I still treasure it. So it's the letter is here. My dear Ruskin, it's a letter written by his father to Ruskin. The letter is like this. Thank you very much. It's a letter. Thank you very much for your letter received a few days ago. I was pleased to hear that you are quite well and learning hard. We are all quite okay, but I am still not strong enough to go to work after the recent attack of malaria I had. I was in hospital for a long time, and this is the reason why you did not get a letter from me for several weeks. I I have now to wear glasses for reading, but I do not use them for ordinary wear, but only when I read or do bookwork. Ellen does not wear glasses at all now. Do you need any new warm clothes? Your warm suits must be getting too small. I am glad to hear the rains are practically over to the hills. Where you are, it will be a nice to have sunny days in September when your holidays are on. Do the holidays begin with the 9th of September? His father is asking in the letter that you want a warm clothes. The winter, your vacation will start from the 9th September. What will you do? Is there to be a scout camp at Taradevi, or will you catch butterflies on sunny days on the school cricket ground? I am so happy to hear you have a lot of friends. Next year you will be in the top class of the prep school. You have 3.5 months for the Christmas holiday to come around, when you will be glad to come home. I am sure to do more stamp work and library study. The new market is full of bookshop here. Even loves the Ellen loves the market. I wanted to write I wanted to write you writing a Ruskin, you're writing Ruskin, but forget. Sometimes I get letter from you written on a very small handwriting, as if you wanted to squeeze a lot of news into one sheet of a paper. It is not good for you and for your eyes to get in a habit writing small. I know your handwriting is good and that you came first in the class for handwriting, but try and form a larger style of writing. Then he said, we have a lot of rain. It is still cloudy at night. We have to use fan, but during the cold weather it is nice. Not too cold like Delhi, but not too warm either. But just moderate. Granny is quite well. She and Ellen send you their fond love. The last I heard a week ago, the William and all the Dehradun will also um, uh, were also well. We have been without a cook for a past few days. Hopefully we will get one soon. I wish I could get our Delhi cook, the old man famous for his black pudding, which Ellen hasn't seen since we arrived at Calcutta a month ago. I had retained all the records and the gramophone and the most of best books, but as they are all getting old, I will have get some up to the Williams and Ellen, and you can buy some new ones when you come home for Christmas. Then, in the last paragraph, his father is saying, I gave a paper, a pencil, and let her draw for herself without any help to get uh, to have help to get Ellen used of holding paper and pencil. She is becoming something of an artist. She can draw camel, elephants, and even dragons. Well, Ruskin, I hope this finds you well. With fawns of love from your father. It was about 2 weeks after receiving the letter that I was given the news of my father's death, frequently bouts of malaria, and already undermined his health when jaundice set in. Mr. Murtaugh was given the unenviable task of breaking the news to me. He mumbled something about God's needing my father more than I did. I knew what had happened and broke down and had to be taken to an infirmary where I remained for a couple of days. What happened to me now? Where will I live? What with some relatives or with in an orphanage? Adapted from the book Friends in a Small Places by Ruskin Bond. After receiving the letter, Ruskin lost his father by the frequent bouts of malaria. So that's all for today's late session. Once again, we will meet you in our next session. Till then, read this chapter and follow the video.